Hello, welcome to another Code Spotlight. What I want to show today is the Start user interface. Its main purpose is to provide unified parameter input and saving parameter input over time, as well as providing an interface for own programs. With this interface you can easily manage parameter input of your own apps from inside StartUI. First I will show you how to use the interface for applications that already exist, and later I will explain how to make use of the interface for your own applications. Okay, there are 3 pages. The first page is the start page. Here you can see the current application and its parameters. The second page is the apps page. Here you can see a list of all applications that are available. And the third page is the missed page, which is not completely finished yet. The reason is that the underlying system is not finished yet. What has to be done here is a base rework of the Turtle API, which will not be done in a few hours. So everything that is here is just a refuel command or a shortcut to it. You can navigate between the pages with tab and inside the page with the arrow keys. There is also an install script. It's the only script available on Pastebin. You can download it, and if you run it, it will download the StartUI application and the apps which are ready so far. All apps that are available now are more or less demo versions because of the rework that has to be done. The rework will follow subsequently, and as soon as it's finished there will be more apps to download. I will show an example how to use the StartUI with loading the menu dummy that does nothing more but to demonstrate the parameter input. I activate it by tabbing to the apps page and moving to the menu dummy text and hitting enter. I'm being returned to the start page and the parameters of the app are being showed. The first parameter is an int value, the second value is a string value. I can start the app right now by moving to the bottom line, the status line, hitting enter, and the app reports an error. String value must be left or right. I can move back and enter the right value for the parameter, for example left. Can go back, hit enter, and then the app reports the needed slot supply. You can then insert the slots needed, hit enter again, and then the app runs, finishes, and returns to the StartUI. If you leave StartUI now by pressing Ctrl and T, reboot the computer, you can see that the parameter is still present and saved from the last use. Always the last parameter input that succeeds, which means the app starts and the parameters are being saved. Let's look at another example. A running example, an app that really does something, is the weather app. I can start it again. There are 2 parameters, the WOEID and the unit. If I start it right now, there's an error that the unit must be C or F for degrees in Celsius or Fahrenheit. I can change this Start again. This does not work because the WOEID is not correct. It is not checked so far in the app. This is the responsibility of the app. More information about the weather app and the WOEID can be found in the previous code spotlight. If you type in a correct WOEID, the weather app will run and you can see the weather in this place. These are just two examples of more apps that will follow. You can download it by paste-pinning the install script, running it, and then it will install and you can run it with StartUI. That's all for the presentation. Anyone who is interested in implementing the interface can continue watching. I will explain the interface on the menu dummy as seen before. There are 6 functions you can implement. You don't need to implement all the functions. The only function you have to implement is the run app function, which will be executed from StartUI. If you want to utilize the parameter input, you need to implement the getArgs function. You just return a table of strings of the values you want to query. Then you have to implement the validateArgs function. Here you validate the args that have been input from the users so far and return a message, an error message, if something is wrong, or if all checks have passed, you return true. Next, if the computer is a turtle, you can implement the getFuel function, where you just tell the user how much fuel is required for the operation you're planning to do. Next, the getSlots function. Again, here you return a table of tables. 2 values are needed inside the table. First is the amount of items in a slot and what item you require in this slot. The information what item cannot be checked from the Turtle API. It's just an information to let the user know which item you wish to have in that slot. What can be checked is the amount of items in each slot. You can check this in the validateSlots function. Here you can check each slot if the right amount is given in the Turtle slots, or you can use 2 built-in functions. One is built-in exact, which checks if every slot has the required amount of items, and the second is built-in sum, which checks if there are enough items at all. Well, that's all about the interface. If you have questions, just ask in the comments. If there are any bugs, please report them to me, I will fix them. And at last I can continue my Minecraft Let's Play. I hope you like it. See you in my next video.